now, being a house buyer in Brampton can be really, really frustrating because you find something great online, everything looks good, price looks good, you call your agent, you guys rush there on the 410 in the middle of traffic, and you're like, okay, you know what? Everything looks good on paper. If I like it, I'm going to buy it right away because I'm tired of looking for houses. But by the time you get to the house, there are five other cars lined up waiting to see the house. That is the unfortunate reality if you're looking for a house right now, especially in Brampton. Why is this happening? Well, we have a huge supply and demand issue. I'm going to share with you guys the latest stats that just came out for the month of April. You can see here, what I want to focus on is the right hand of the chart right there. I've been keeping track since the beginning of last year, but if you look at January 2023, number of souls is in red and the new listings are in black. So number of souls have gone up 130% since the beginning of the year. So demand is obviously back. People have gotten used to the rates, and if that's a good idea or that's not a good idea, that's not my position to say. But demand is back, so people are in the mood for shopping. But sellers are not. Sellers are staying put, just like buyers were staying put last year. So new listings have only gone up 65%, but number of homes sold has gone up 130%. So demand right now is outpacing supply. So what happens when demand is higher than supply? Eventually prices start going up. You can see here, these are the average prices for detached homes and condos. Condos are in red, detached homes are in black. You can see here, since the beginning of the year, the prices have started to go up little by little. It's nothing like what we were seeing last year. So I don't want you to panic and think that we are back to what was happening in 2021 and 2022, because a lot of ads are going to say that. But you can see here, there's a big, big difference between what was happening last year and what's happening right now. So let's do a 5 year comparison, because it's always good to know how the market has been doing for the last few years. Because as you guys know, the last 2 3 years are all over the place. So if you wanted to buy an average, detached house, these are average prices, by the way. If you want to buy a detached house in Brampton, the average price was about 827,000 back in 2019. Then it went all the way to $1.47 million. Like, imagine that. Like, imagine if you were one of the lucky ones who was able to buy here and get out here. You made a good income. And but then there were a lot of people who bought here as well. So it's not always easy to time the market, and a lot of those people got stuck. So $1.4 million was in 2022 April. Now we're sitting at about $1.27 million. A freehold townhouse back in 2019 was about $632,000. Then it crossed $1 million mark at $1.01 million last year. Now we're sitting at about $950,000 in April. Condo apartments. You can get a condo. I remember I used to sell condos around like the Bramley City Center, like about 150, $175,000 back then. That's a long, long time ago, by the way. But in 2019, they were selling for under $400,000. Now they are sitting at $573,000. Now, if you guys want to look at how many homes have sold in April, April is busy, but it is nowhere close to what was happening the last 2 years. So don't let anybody tell you that the market is back normal, back to what was happening a couple of years ago. We are sitting at about 50% of what was happening in 2021. Now, there are six stats that I think you guys need to kind of watch for, because prices are great. Obviously, everybody wants to know the price. But if you guys want to know what's happening day to day in the market, ask your agent to send you this stuff, because we all have access to the same information. So I'm sure he or she has this stuff. If you don't have an agent, obviously you can call me. But let's look at new listings, how they have changed in the last 5 6 months. And then we're going to look at active listings, like what's available to choose from, and the months of inventory. This is always important, because whether you're buying or selling, doesn't matter which side you're on. I think these six stats are very important. SNLR is sales to new listing ratio, like how many listings are selling versus how many are coming up. If the number is below 40%, we are in a buyer's market. If it's above 60%, we're in a seller's market. And the sale price to list price ratio, you can see here, this number has been going up since the beginning of the year. So it was 97, 98, 100, 103%. So it's unlikely you will get any kind of discount if you're looking for a house right now. I will go into this more detail in a later video because a lot of listings are being priced below market value. So obviously there's not going to be any discount. Days on market, it was as high as 39 days at the beginning of the year. Now we're sitting at 20. So it has dropped by half already in the month of April. Months of inventory, you can see here that has not changed much. Like it was 1.9, then 2.1, 2.1, and 2 months. So it's not like there's nothing to choose from. It's just because in the good price points where people want to be, in the locations and the prices, those are hard to come by. But there's still a lot of inventory out there. New listings, how much has new listings gone up? Like I showed you guys before, it hasn't moved much compared to number of sales. We were sitting at 590 coming in January. Now we're sitting at 974 new listings in Brampton. Now, if you guys want to see month by month what has been happening, these are the average prices since the last July. So right now, average detached house, we are sitting at $1.27 million, and that's a jump of about $80,000 since the beginning of the year. Freehold townhouses, average prices right now we're sitting at $949,000, and that is a jump up again, yeah, around like $80,000 or so. And right now, this is the highest price we have seen since I would say at least 8 to 10 months. Condos, same thing. They have not moved much. If you guys look in January, they were sitting at right around the same price. They actually dipped in February and a little bit in March. So condos have not moved much. We're sitting at about $573,000. Number of sales, how has number of sales been doing? Same thing, they have gone up if you compare it to the last 10 months. But like I showed you guys before, if you compare April's only, it's not the busiest April we have seen in the last 8 years. If you need any help buying or selling, you can call or text me here. I will do a market update video for Mississauga shortly. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.